Hello and welcome to the Daily RS6 News. I have a deep voice. Actually, that's a lie. I'm really sorry for lying. And this is definitely not going to be daily. This is more of a now thing because right now, well, today there's a patch out for RS6, so thought I'd just like show off stuff that like changed with the game right now. So if you go to play a game and click on campaign and click on chapter select, you can now actually like choose specific levels within each chapter, which is really nice. So for instance, if you ever want to play Leon chapter 1, you can now skip the very first level where you do nothing but walk forward and talk with that one guy, and then he'll cough, and then he'll find his daughter, and then they turn into zombies. So you can finally skip that level because it isn't very exciting to replay. And also they have slightly tweaked difficulty here and there in the game. I'll show one example. Oh, I should also warn you that there will probably be slight spoilers in this video, so if you haven't like actually completed the game, you should probably stop the video. So yeah, I'm gonna show one specific example of a QTE which they have made easier in the game now. And I'm also just gonna choose no hope difficulty to make it more obvious. This will affect every difficulty option in the game. So many people who have played the game will probably remember the rope QTE, and there were quite a few people who maybe didn't like that QTE very much, so they have now changed it. So yeah, with how this originally worked, you had to keep holding one button all the time, and now that is basically done automatically. It is impossible to lose your grip. All you have to do is tap R1 and L1, basically whenever you want. I mean, if you really want, you can just take a break and just take a little nap, and then when you feel ready, then you can climb up. So yeah, this is a lot easier than in the original, because if you didn't properly like hold the button all the time, you would fall down, and you would fall down all the time, and that made a few people very sad. So now they've changed it. Yay! Okay, on to the next thing they've changed. Okay, so play a game, extra content, and agent hunt. Before the patch, you only had a few options there. You had like leaderboards, you could choose skills, and you could choose whether to play on any difficulty or veteran or higher. And now they've added other options like turn on and off attack reaction and infinite ammo on and off, which is very nice because if you ever play against someone with infinite ammo, you will lose because they can just shoot you all the freaking time with a magnum or whatever. So if you ever want to play agent hunt, choose don't allow this. And the most nice thing is that you can now choose a specific level. I think there are like 12 in total here. So, and that's nice because a few levels are more fun than other ones. Like Jake 2-1, you will play as the birds most of the time. Oh, well, I actually think you only play as the birds there, and that's kinda neat, but not very fun. And also, any with like zombies, it's kinda neat, but you'll die. Actually, Kevin isn't all that bad, but in general, anything with a Java tends to be more fun. So that's really neat. Although I should mention that even though they've added these options, when you click on search, you won't get a list of people to play with. You will still just be automatically connected to whichever the game finds right away. But with this system, you can at the very least more easily try to play with friends if you like. Tell them to play on a very specific level on a specific difficulty. You could try to find them, so that's kind of neat. And another thing they've changed, which is pretty major, I'm gonna say. If you go to game settings, this is only in this menu, by the way. It's not in the in-game menu. And if you go to the bottom here, there's the auto action button. It basically means that a lot of QTEs in the game will be done automatically if you turn this on, and this will affect every difficulty, including no hope. Although it is very specific regarding which QTEs it does affect. There are many QTEs it does not affect. Many of the like QTEs you will face in-game with normal gameplay aren't affected at all, but many of the QTEs which are very like sudden and hard to react to and during cutscenes will now be done automatically. You may still see the button prompt on the screen, but you can just like place the controller on the table, whatever, and it'll just be automatically completed. So that's nice, but you have to be aware that there are still a few QTEs which won't be automatic. For instance, like at the start of Jake Chapter 4, when you hold onto the helicopter as Sherry, that's one QTE which will not be done automatically. But on the other hand, like Leon Chapter 4, where in the plane, when you fall out of the plane, there will be like stuff falling onto you and you have to avoid them, and that will be done automatically. So basically, I get the impression that I've made every QTE which is really hard to react to because they're so fast are now automatic. So, well, they're automatic if you turn this on. I think I personally would recommend turning it on because QTEs, they are... that's my professional opinion on QTEs. So yeah. I think that's the video, so bye!